Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in on this Monday to Inspiration for Today. It's going to be a great week. We're going to continue on as we did last week, meeting some new friends and reacquainting with some old friends. And we're going to start today with a special friend because Patrick Haynes is our newest staff member at Laguna Woods. And so, hi, Patrick.
Hi, how's it going, Rick? It's awesome to be here.
Good. What is your new position?
Well, they title me as Campus Connections Director. Yeah, so which is one-on-one membership, and then with small groups, helping in small groups. Yeah.
We love titles.
Yeah. Right.
I was telling you probably a month from now the title will change, but the job description will not. Hey, we always start our show with a verse for today. So let's start with one verse that you love.
Romans 8:28 comes to mind, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose. And I love that, that who is called for his purpose. It's Saddleback such a purpose-driven church. So I love that.
That's so interesting because everyone that I talk with about that quotes that verse often, they center on just the first part, which is all things work together for good. And that people love that because they want to be reassured that even in hard or bad times, God's going to use it for good. But I love that new insight that you're centering on, that there is purpose for life. I love it. I'm going to see that verse differently. Well, listen, Patrick, you were helping at our church and coming to our church with you and your family for, gosh, I'm thinking a year or two.
Yeah.
In Laguna Woods.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah. We just started coming down and volunteering and fell in love with people at Laguna Woods. And of course, the staff there, Jeff, Joan. I mean, there's so many, Dick. Wow. You're blown away from the wisdom and the knowledge and the love everyone has there. So we just fell in love with it.
Boy, I totally agree with that, at least for the others. But I love it. And so you and your family would often come at second service, or even as second service was ending, to help us with the trailer and loading the trailer. That was kind of the start. And then you got involved with small groups.
Yeah.
Initially, I'm talking.
Yeah, definitely. I got involved in the campaign, the open doors, and from there we just fell in love. And Jeff was so amazing about helping me or getting me more involved in things that are happening there, and helping out Laguna Woods any way I can. And
then you started a Saturday morning small group for those. I think it started out of that campaign because you were providing a way for those who were not in a different small group to be in one Saturday mornings, right? And did that meet in person at first?
Yeah, it met in person. Yeah, for a couple of weeks before pandemic hit. Yeah.
And I wanted to mention that because that puts it in perspective to when you started leading a small group. But interestingly enough, that group still meets, doesn't it?
Yeah. And now it's internet.
Saturday morning, right?
Yeah. Meet it Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time here. And there's people from the UK, from South Africa, Peru. So it's gone global, and it's so good to hear of other countries, what they're going through, and we just share life, and what's happening. So it's great. It's a great thing.
So it grew, actually, although I'm sure some have dropped off too, but that's amazing. So is that still something that would more people be welcome? Or, of course, now that you are basically, and I'm giving you my title, the small groups pastor. And by the way, I must interject something here, because I've had several people ask me, did one of our staff members whom they love get laid off? And the answer is no.
Yeah.
Jeff was doing what now Patrick's job is, and being the campus pastor.
Mm-hmm.
So really, Patrick, you helped out Jeff.
Yeah.
And it's a position that's so important at every campus. There is a person that has your responsibilities now.
Yeah, it's great. And if a couple years ago, I lost my job, and God had this purpose for me, and I was kind of lost in things like trying to find work for my family, and that was about the time that I started volunteering more at Laguna Woods. And from that time, it just it grew me. It grew me in like patience, for sure. And I really had to watch finances. That was something that I was never good at. I have Crystal to help me out on that. And now, it's I think God had that purpose in that season for me, to run me through this valley. And then now I'm out of the valley. I'm getting out now. And,
well, you tell us about, so you're married to Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And you have children.
Yes.
How many?
Two, Preston and Jubilee.
And their ages?
Let's see. Wow. Next week they turn 10 and 8. Preston's 10 and Jubilee is 8. Yeah.
Well, you did something that I just so admire, and I want to compliment you on, because, well, we believed in it and did it with our kids, and that is get them involved in ministry at an early age. Because as soon as you get the high, in a way, of serving, it's something that stays with them. And my kids are still in ministry to this day, and I believe yours are being taught by example and being blessed. So when we get back together, everyone I want to encourage you to get out and meet not only Patrick and Crystal, but their children. So anyway, so Crystal, in a way, she brought you to Saddleback, didn't she? Or did she?
Yeah, she brought me to Saddleback. I was never a churchgoer. I was an unbeliever at the time, just living the life, and on my rules. And Crystal said, "Hey, I want to take you somewhere." So we ended up at Saddleback Church, and wow, I never heard a sermon that way, and it's such an encouragement, and I fell in love, and it was one of those, hey, can we come back next week? Because it was kind of planting the seed. So it was really.
And eventually you accepted Christ, you said about 2007, and or shortly thereafter, I guess.
Yeah. And that was a moment. Of course, you're in the bleachers, Pastor Rick's talking to you, and you have that moment, and said the prayer, and there's a new me. And I walked down, and of course, Pastor Rick's right in the hallway. So you have one of those great moments of the big bear hug, and the smiles, and saying that he loves me, and of course, I love you too, buddy. And then I walk out the doors, and what a moment.
Saddleback has been instrumental in changing many of all our lives, including it's helped in my maturity. Patrick, thank you. We got to go. We're thrilled you're on board now. And so everyone looks forward to meeting you.
All right.
We got to go. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Beautiful day. It's wonderful.